I'm not saying you have to say it.
Oh, there he is. He's trying it again. Hi, Eugene.
Now, yeah, it was. I rebooted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear you or anything either way. How are you guys? By the way, Kevin, let me tell you what I disagree with that you said the past 2 hours. Done. Done. You nailed everything. Okay, and this is why I lose friends because, like, well, Carla was kind of you. You. I said this before, and I'll say it again. The Dabbleverse ruins people, and how many Keanu will back me up on this? And I'm gonna be nice to Carl. I'm gonna be like, if Carl was sitting right next to you, he'd be like, yeah, but it's just the Dabbleverse. We're doing it for clicks and stuff, and that's fine. And I hope I don't get myself in trouble, but that's not how we were raised. We were raised decades ago. Tell him, Kev, because I'm back in the Kevin Brennan business.
This is how a man defends ladies.
They can pretend Steel Toe's a piece of shit or Stunning John's a piece of shit, but Kiki's not a piece of shit. She's also a woman. She's also your wife. For them to gang up on her for hours and Carl to pretend like, well, I couldn't really say anything. Carl's a piece of shit, a coward, and that's why he married a fud. That's why he's a closeted you-know-what. That's why he has club feet. That's why everybody who knows Carl knows he's a nothing coward piece of shit. And the fact that he's got to stand with Melton and let Kiki take a beating, let Kiki fight 5 guys. It was like a kung fu movie. Kiki had to fight all of them, and Carl's like, well, Kiki's my friend. Carl, seriously, I hope terrible shit happens to him. Terrible. Not just him, his brother, his older, his man, his mom, wife, everybody.
Well, I hope terrible things happen to him.
If I can add, and if
yeah. It's true.
If I can add something while I'm here, I also love when and I don't care that I'm in LA, I love when people like defend your wife. This is what people don't get. It's like, yeah, it's the same as when some asshole, you, Kevin, but a lot of people, and I love you, are like, why didn't you take down Kate Meany's thing? Actually, I don't even think you read that. It's like, look, stop telling me to tell my wife what to do. Hey, rush to her aid. Not only did she do everything you said, Kev, without being redundant, but like, you want to get drunk? Let's me and you get drunk Saturday night and watch every time that hunchback sucking Melton interrupted Kiki, Moody, every time Kiki got momentum, talking to a man that's used to dealing with women like April. And I'm tired of everyone that suddenly is like, well, I don't like Kiki, but Nick's a piece of shit. So you're saying you believe, you're saying Nick's a piece of shit because he lies. But when he talks about Kiki, that's the truth. You're all idiots. You're cards. This is how you defend your wife after you let her mop up the floor with 5 cis males, including my friend Carl, who needed to separate himself. Because again, in your defense, Carl, you're going to be like, yeah, it's just Dabbleverse shit. See, this is my problem. Because my brother would tell me, and you have a couple left, Kevin. My brother would tell me that, oh my God, what you say is, well, I disagree, but no, you learn some goddamn loyalty. And I'm very loyal to my wife. And some woman just would like, Gene, I normally take your side, but you made a mistake with your wife. And I hate Nick too. You hate Nick, but you believe his lies. You're a stupid. I've had it with people that don't get me and my wife have never lied, and that's what broke Nick. Hey, and I love that everyone in the chat's like, wouldn't you love to have this be your lawyer, a red-faced guy that every time he lost his mind, Melton's like, I do what Kiki. Do you want me to read the text? You don't have it ready? Shut the up, Melton. You lose. And it backfired on all 5 of those pieces of shit. It blew up in their face. And Keanu, and one more thing, and then Keanu, like, it went so long. And thanks for paying Keanu double today. Ike Turner loves you for that. It went so long that Keanu, like, I was on the beach. That's how Daddy do. Kevin, remember when we were both at Compound, and every time you were there on a Monday, I was like in LA, you're like, does he ever work? At any rate, I was on the beach, okay? And get done, and Keanu calls me. She's like, yeah, I just got done hours. And I'm like, they're still live. And I watched those, I don't want to call them, because you can't call, especially here in LA. But I'm telling you, they were taking a victory lap, Kevin. They were acting like, oh, we got her good, because they live in an echo chamber. They literally thought, wow, I feel almost so bad how we ruined Kiki. And then you read the chat, and everyone's like, Kiki killed you. Yeah. But they live in an echo chamber, and they really thought they won. I'm done. Go, baby.
No, just what you were saying. I wiped the floor with them. I've never had so many haters reach out to me and say, like, holy shit, you killed him. You ruined him. You fucking.
No, but that's all their shows. That's Carl's show. That's Melton's show. They all sit around with 5 other guys, act like they're always winning, and they're a bunch of losers. So then they finally went up against Kiki, who's a one lady by herself, defend herself, and then they still acted like they're winning. They still acted like they're doing victory lap. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Like that was the saddest part. Like, it's one thing they go up against Steel Toe. It's like 5 guys and they feel like all manly. They're all standing. They're all piling on
a bunch of cis males that couldn't even. They couldn't.
Yeah, your boy Carl. Carl's the saddest of them all because Carl's like, no, we're all just friends. We're all just trying to create content. Carl's a bitch. He deserves that mom wife that he got. That's what he deserves. Because no real woman would have that club-footed Carl.
And the bottom line is, they won't give Kiki a penny because they'll justify, like, well, no, that was great content. We brought her in. That's just how I book a show. And
Geno, they'll say she asked for the link, so we don't have to pay her.
But
and
also,
they'll justify. Sorry, baby.
all they're ever going to do, the only retort that they had against me, you're a dumb bitch. You're stupid. You're retarded. You're dumb. You're stupid.
So, Geno, you didn't see it live until Kiki was done. And then, because you would have been furious watching it. Because I'm watching it. I'm furious. So you would have been furious watching it.
Because you were raised right, Kevin. You were raised right. Unlike that Neil kid. But I'm telling you.
Tell Neil I said hello. So Neil, I said hello if you run into him. If you run into Neil in West Hollywood, tell Neil I said hello.
Right.
He wasn't at the taco stand on Monday, so I'll try. I'll see what I can do this week, buddy.